Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Monday KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy to be back with you after what was a very busy weekend, and took Friday off because my wife's birthday was on Thursday, and so what she seems to like most is experiences. So we did the Cognizant Classic, which she likes going out there and watch a little bit of golf.
Nice.
And so we did that on Thursday and Friday, which is a lot of fun. And then Saturday, we had our game at Roger Dean Stadium with a bunch of KVJ Nationers.
Yes.
So that was very cool. Thanks, everybody came out for that. It was a lot of fun game. We were there for a while. Despite some of the rumors earlier today, people thought that I threw the dirt ball and then took off like a little girl and went running out of the stadium. That's not true. I didn't want that to happen. I did own up to it. I lived up to it. It was a terrible throw. I do get that. But I did go to see our buddy Jay, who used to do our traffic. He's the stadium announcer.
Yeah, Jay Zeger.
Yeah, and so it's kind of cool. I got to sit up there for half an inning or an inning, whatever, and just kind of rap with him a little bit and got to see how they operate everything. And it was really kind of cool. In fact, right to his right where he's making the announcement, they've got the robo-ump. Every single pitch is documented and reviewed. They can see it. In fact, the guy was, I guess, another umpire, and if he saw that the call was way off the mark, he can radio down there and be like, hey, dog, you missed it. And then they also seem to keep track of... So they have the robot that tells you if it's definitely a strike or not. And they've even tried this in spring training a bit where they'll call down and be like, that's a ball, that's a strike. Because they have the zone. And that's a lot of times where an umpire will call the absolute wrong call. It's a ball or a strike. And somebody could be out. You could end an inning and basically affect the entire game on one call. And they were saying, yeah, they get a scorecard. Umpires get a scorecard. And so they will rate them. And so when you see the World Series, you only have the best rated umpires. And so it's like with any other job.
Okay.
Based on how many calls they're blowing.
Is the NFL doing this?
I imagine they do.
They need to.
Yes, I imagine they do. I know a lot of people think that, that's where it's really egregious is the officiating there.
It is. It's disgusting.
Yeah. And honestly, they should. You should have the best of the best. I'm sure they do that. So
was the robo ump up and running when you threw your terrible first pitch?
It's ball all day long. You didn't even have to look. I don't even think it was close enough to even register ball or strike.
It looked away.
That's how bad it was. It's like I'm not going to waste my time on that one. I mean, you clearly know what it is. So that wasn't great, but I went up, sat in the stands for a little bit, sat with some KVJ Nationers, said hello, and then we were there, I think until like maybe the third. And then the rain started rolling. I knew it was going to be rolling in. I'm like, all right, this ain't worth a lightning strike. I'm like, the way my day's going, it's clearly going to hit me. I'm like, I have no chance.
Terrible throwing and then followed by lightning strike would be a bad day.
That's what I thought it was. I thought God was so ashamed. He's like, I am coming in to take you. I'm like, I got to get out of here.
You're done, kid.
Yeah. So we beat Cheeks.
Permanently bench you. Bench you from life.
Yeah, we beat Cheeks. We got out of there. I got to tell you, too, boy, that second inning for the Marlins, atrocious. I don't know what was going on. I was talking to one of the coaches as I was riding the elevator up to the press box. I was like, hey, man, somebody's saying, hey, last year, I think it's a local dude from Palm Beach County that's the manager of the team. And they'd said, I don't think they really added a lot of big pieces to the team, but they said, look, this guy's good. I think they're going to be good. And he was optimistic about it. And then, I don't know, like ground balls were going under their legs. They were missing pop flies. There was one bunt. The third baseman just kind of jogged to it. I'm like, he's not going to get that guy out. Sure enough, he didn't get that guy out.
Wow.
So I don't know. Hopefully that's not the starting lineup. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I hope that's not the team they put on the field this season.
I don't know. Like maybe me chugging the beer inspired some of them to go get a beer.
Yes.
That's who I chugged for.
Maybe. I mean, if they were hammered, then, they played like they were, and I'd forgive that. They'd be like, okay.
Okay. It's spring training. You're good.
You guys just phoning it in.
You can have one drunk game.
Right.
That's the rule, right?
I would feel a lot better about the team if that was it, but I was just looking, I'm like, ugh, okay, all right. So we'll see. But like I said, spring training doesn't count for much. So
Yeah.
they might have just been having a rough inning. They look like they rebounded a bit after that. So, yeah, thanks to everybody who came out for that. We're going to have a game on the 20th. Thank you very much to Logan Morrison coming on today. He had some tough critiques for my first pitch, and it was well-deserved, but he's going to work with me, and he'll be out there on the mound on the 20th.
Yes, he's offered to coach you, but only if you promise to put in the time and the commitment.
Yep.
And he doesn't want to put his name on it if you're not going to do better.
No, you're right. I will, because you're right. I don't want to bring him down on that.
No.
Yeah. So look for Logan Morrison. He'll be joining us out there. And then next week, we're going to start giving away tickets for that game, just like what we did for the one we just had on Saturday.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you can come out and join us and meet Logan. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's going to be a fun night. Now, Amy said I was up in Stewart on Sunday running the Treasure Coast half marathon, and I had just crossed the finish line after fighting for my life the last mile. And when I finally looked up, I see the Kevin Ralston. For a minute, I thought I was hallucinating, but then I realized he was probably there for his daughter.
Kevin, is that you?
I was going to come over and say hi, but I didn't want to intrude on your family time. Oh, you should have.
You should have.
It's never intruding.
His family doesn't even like him that much.
They're
come over.
So thankful they don't have to hang out with me. Like, thank God someone else is talking to him. So, yeah, they're very happy. So, yeah, no, please do all the time. And that's what we were there for. In fact, my daughter's so proud of her. She did a whole marathon, 24.2 miles.
Good job, Caitlin.
Yeah. She had tears in her eyes, which I would have done more. I'd probably been covered in barf. I'd have probably shit my pants.
It's a beast. I did a half marathon, shit my pants.
Yeah.
That's documented.
Yeah.
It's tough. I can't imagine doing double what I did. She's a beast. Good for her.
Her friend ran the half, and she said that. She's like, when I ended, I couldn't even imagine if I would have been like, okay, you're halfway done.
Do it again.
Right.
Do what you just did again.
But she did it. Here she was coming across the finish line.
All right, more marathon ladies heading our way. It's Caitlin Ralston from West Palm. Congratulations, Caitlin.
How you feel, baby girl?
Tired.
Yeah? Harder than you thought?
She already knows the weather.
Thank you. Wow, I shed a few tears. Yeah.
You're crying?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for it to be over.
So when's the next one? You said one and done.
One and done.
One and done. Well, I guess you can say you did it.
You did it. You're so much better than the rest of us. You can say you've done that, and that is a huge accomplishment.
I've had those kind of things. Like I did bungee jumping one time, and then I had a chance to do it again. I'm like, no.
Good.
I did it once. I tested
One and
fate.
done.
Yeah. You can say you did it, and there's no need to. Yeah, we don't need to do that again. That was good. I'm all set. So, yeah. So, Amy, next time you see me out there, please say hello. And it was probably odd because I was sitting right next to where the finish line was. I don't want to miss Caitlin. So, I have like my little launcher. And, we were waiting for about 5 hours. So, I was kind of there getting work done and whatnot.
Ooh.
So, yeah, but come up and say hi.
Absolutely.
Got an email here. A lot of people want to know how Bird is doing, and we got good news. He went in, he had his hip replacement surgery today. He's out. Everything apparently was perfect. So we're very excited about that news. And Jade said, I'm wishing Jbird a speedy recovery from the hip surgery. I hope he gets enough rest and stays positive. It is a long recovery, but he's got plenty of people who love and support him. I think that's probably it, because there will be some dark days, I'm sure, and he'll be, frustrated, and he'll feel like he's going through it and, not feel awesome. So we'll try to keep him pumped up and keep him positive and focused on getting back in there, as I know that's what would make him happy to get back to everybody.
Amen.
So hopefully he'll have a good recovery and be back sooner rather than later. She said, I picked up this Bigfoot plushie in Tennessee in the spirit of Jbird a few years ago, and I totally forgot to send it in to him as a gift. But now it's my 18-month-old son Jackson's favorite toy, aside from his blankets I made him.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so I hope this brings a smile to Jbird's face. And there's Jackson with his little plushy Bigfoot.
That is an adorable child.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, so very cool. So, yes, Jbird hopefully doing great, and everything's awesome. So, yeah. Boy, and one thing to say, too, I forgot to mention, up there in Stewart, they've got Memorial Park right there. And I noticed, I'm like, they got a really cool kind of an amphitheater there.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, that is nice. It's not even open yet. I think they're opening it this coming weekend.
Oh.
It's brand new. I was like, I could totally see doing a KVJ show there.
I've looked at that Lyric Theater that is right there
it's not
downtown.
far, yeah.
That's a lovely theater as well. So charming.
It is, yeah. They do some good stuff there, yeah. So we haven't done a show, I don't think, ever in Stewart. So...
No.
Yeah.
Not since we started doing the big KVJ Lives. We have not done one.
We've done Jensen Beach.
We've done bar gigs up there, but never like a huge KVJ Live. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like, yeah, because, Jensen's so close on the water there. We've done Mulligan's there a couple times, but yeah, I don't think we've ever done anything specifically in Stewart. So
let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Might have to. Well, got this from Deha. She said, I always hear you guys discussing scams, and I never thought I'd become an actual victim. Friday afternoon, I went to book a hotel for my family for a mini vacation in West Palm. We live in Naples. I checked my account to make sure the funds were in there, and I noticed my account noticeably low. So, of course, I went to go check my transactions and noticed 41 of them from TikTok, ranging from $310 to $10. It was over $5,000 in transactions.
Oh, my gosh.
Luckily, I have a great bank and was able to dispute it, waiting for more information, but I have good faith. If you do have your banking information account on TikTok, I highly recommend you taking it off. It's not worth the stress or the amount of money. We had something. In fact, it was probably more of a blessing, but we had that last week. Somebody from a PayPal account. I don't know if it was my son had anything with it, but we still had that Hard Rock app that I thought I had closed, but apparently it wasn't. And they had gotten on there and ran up $3,000 in charges.
Oh, my God.
A lot of the same stuff. Actually, she's showing it. And this is what it looked like. My wife had 5 now. That was it. It was right around the same amount. They're buying like little, things here and there. And
300, 200, 500.
Yeah, I thought we were on the hook for $3K, and luckily our bank took care of it. But it gave us an excuse to say, all right, with my son, we shut every gambling account, nothing, no mas.
You're done.
Yeah, it's all done. I'd be like, he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't click on anything. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, this thing is just such a thorn in my side, and it's better off. If I ever needed a sign from up above, this is it.
And look, anything that you're going to buy off of TikTok anyway, it's probably not as advertised. There are so many products on there. If you even get the product, if you even get it,
right.
The benefit does not outweigh the risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's it. I think these are the little things that you'll start realizing, that you may have your accounts attached to things, because people are buying so much on Instagram and TikTok and all those kind of things. But you may start finding that people are finding access into those apps. And then when they do, that's what they do, man. And it happens fast. Like they go like every 5 minutes, they're run up another charge. I can get away from you quick.
Horrifying.
Yeah. And we check a lot too. So she said, love you guys a lot. It's been listening since I was 8. Turned 30 in December. All right. Thanks for making a stressful moment into a happy one. God bless. Yeah. Glad it worked out. And if you have a good bank, that's what they should be doing, because they can look at it and they can tell that this is fraud.
Absolutely.
But look, it does create a lot of headaches for you. I mean, we had to cancel a whole card, had to get a new one. And then, I have so many accounts that I realized now all the stuff that I had hooked to that credit card that we had to just get rid of. Now,
and the stress of it, too. I mean, think about what it's doing to your body as you're all worried about your money.
Yeah.
It takes a toll.
It's not everything I'm trying to sign into, like going, sorry, we canceled that account. I'm like, trying to do work, and I'm like, nothing's working. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It really is. It sucks how much everything is connected. You think about it, somebody can infiltrate one part of your life. The people that are good, they know how to get in and get everything.
Totally. And you give your information to everybody now.
For a lot of you have to get access. And that's the thing that really sucks. And be like, do I really trust you with any kind of information? Because it doesn't take them a lot of information to really run wild.
You shouldn't trust anybody.
No, and I don't.
I don't even trust people in my family.
It's tough. It might be choices we have to make.
I got tax deductions that are out there sharing my information. Mm-hmm. Just so quickly putting our information out there to sign up for this or that, or it's ridiculous.
Janelle said, did you guys know about the February 26th Instagram lore? Last year, Instagram had issues with its security, and a lot of porn and videos of death were able to be viewed. And it happened February 26th of last year.
Oh, my gosh.
So the lore was real yesterday, I guess on Thursday. My daughter's feed was flooded with wieners of death videos. Her algorithm didn't really show anything that would trigger this. Not sure if you or any other viewers knew this. Huh.
That's horrifying.
I don't know anything about that. I didn't notice anything, but that's crazy. So she's in Plymouth, Massachusetts, digging out from the snow. Good luck on that.
Wieners of death.
I don't know what that is. As soon as you, if you Googled it to find out, it would then probably just open the door, and now all of a sudden you got wieners of death.
Is it just like dongs and death?
Dead dongs?
Dead guys with their dong out?
That would be terrible.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that.
Yeah. No thanks. Okay, got Jacqueline, who said, hey, love y'all, but I don't know what Virginia's talking about. Breeze Air. I fly from New York to North Carolina. That was Jacqueline that said that. And Brian here, he said, Virginia is wrong again. Breeze Airways does not only have old aircraft. They have only 8 aircraft that are 18 years old. The majority of their fleet of 46 are new Airbus A220 aircraft that are only 2 years old, with 38 more on order to be delivered. I work for a company that supports them, and they're a growing airline that started operation in 2021, not just old aircraft that are refurbished.
All right. Well, I guess the one that I was on, it still had an ashtray, so.
Okay. Yeah. So they're saying that apparently it's maybe they just put you on the oldest ass aircraft they had, Virginia.
They recognize that old ladies need to be on an old plane.
Yeah. But seriously, something to look into. That was impressive for less than $50. Talking about going to almost every city in Florida and even up into the Carolinas for like $50. I mean, that's pretty awesome. If you want a quick weekend getaway and you and your partner could go up and back for $200.
I mean, that's amazing.
That is amazing. You get a relatively affordable place to stay.
Breeze flies out of PBI too.
Okay. Yeah, that could be a game. How they're going to make money, I don't know. But didn't we just have that with Spirit?
Yes.
Okay.
Spirit's struggling, but maybe Breeze has a different plan.
Yeah, I guess. Who knows? I had another call them out today. Somebody said, I want to call out my apartment for being held together with bubblegum tape and hope.
Bubblegum tape and hope.
My shower wall tiles fell and lacerated my husband's foot, including cutting a tendon.
Oh, no.
Now he has stitches and a surgery to schedule, and we miss seeing Nate Bargatze.
Oh.
Which apparently was fantastic over the weekend.
Nate didn't miss it. He was there.
Yeah. No, he was good. And then Kevin James came out apparently too. Did a little bit. So got a lot of good advice here on getting the Brussels sprouts right. My wife and I tried them for the first time because I realized, my gosh, I'm paying 4 times what I should by getting them at this one place. But man, I'm a sucker. That's probably my favorite food right now. Favorite appetizer without a doubt. Those crispy Brussels sprouts. Oh, they're fantastic. So I got some good advice about cutting them in half, making sure you're getting fresh, not frozen. Separating them because they need air to circulate because they will give off a little bit of moisture on that. So
great tips.
Put them in olive oil. Olive oil, yeah.
Dust them with seasoning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in fact, somebody sent a TikTok video. I don't know if you can trust it, but they sent a TikTok video here on how to do your Brussels sprouts perfectly crispy if you want them that way.
Parboil, then rinse under cold water to stop the cooking process. Dry them super well, then add nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, and oil. And now to the secret. Smash them. This releases their water and gives them more surface area to get ultra crispy in the oven.
Smash them.
Smash them.
Oh, okay. Like maybe take a glass and press down on them, and that gets the water out. Because, yeah, that was the issue we had. My wife did everything to char them, from air fryers to skillets and all that stuff. And, yeah, they were charred, but they were just kind of soggy. I mean, I still liked them. They were good, and I ate them. But they weren't like what you expect.
They weren't like from the restaurant good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I realized, you know.
When you were eating them, were you like, oh, these are great?
No, because she said, I think they're soggy, and I was honest with her.
Okay.
We're at a point now we can be pretty honest. She'd rather have that than me. Yeah. So I'm like,
I'm not at that point. If I'm feeding you and you don't like it, don't tell me.
yeah, no, she's like, I think they're kind of soggy. You think they're kind of soggy? I'm like, they are a little soggy. I said, they're still good. I still love them and they're flavorful. I said, I don't mind it at all. Yeah.
You were still kind with the soggy.
Yes, and I ate all of them. Yeah, so it wasn't a problem. But I'm like, I would like to find that quest to exactly duplicate what we get. And we're not there yet. But I didn't realize they're that tricky.
Yeah, I mean,
is everything that tricky to cook?
All produce is going to be better fresh than frozen. You started in a deficit. You started from a bad place.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking probably we did, but have you ever made them?
Never.
Okay.
Well, no, that's a lie. I have made them, and I only sauteed them in bacon grease.
Okay.
With chunks of bacon.
Okay.
I got them a little crispy, but I probably would have done better if I would have put them in the oven, smashed them, and done those tips that she said.
Yeah. Would Rocco eat them?
That's going to be a tough sell. I would try. If maybe I put some sauteed onions with them. He loves a sauteed onion.
What about your husband, Panda? Would he eat them?
Yeah, he would eat them. He would try them, yeah.
All right.
He wouldn't be like out there ordering them in the wild, but he would try them if I asked him to.
Okay. It's impressive. He's open to that stuff.
He is. He'll try anything, but if he doesn't like it, he will tell you.
Mm-hmm. Heard in Switzerland, they figured out how to do a later start for high school kids, and apparently it's reaping benefits. Math and science scores are up, and it sounded like what they did is the electives they do in the afternoon, they do the regular classes still in the morning a bit, but it's still 40 to 45 minutes later than what it was, the start time. So the kids are sleeping more. But it's kind of interesting. Craig said, we tried that later start at my former school. We moved the time from 8:30 time to 8:30 from 8 a.m. And after 1 year, there was minor improvement of sleep time. The second year was dropped, though, because the years prior to the change, we noticed now that the kids were just staying up later and the parents were not being as deliberate on their sleep time because they thought they had more cushion they did. I think sometimes people will do that. If you have procrastinators, you don't get better by giving a procrastinator more time because they still will run out the clock on that time. That's just how their nature is. You've got to change how you run things. And
the bedtime has to stay consistent.
Yeah. I think that's it. You guys still go to bed at the same time. Instead, they just shifted everything. And so now what's really changed? He said, we changed to a rotating schedule. So you had classes at different times of the day, and that has seen effectiveness.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like I think they're trying to figure it out. So maybe eventually we'll get there. So apparently some schools are already doing it, though, and changing the times. Now, Christina, we were talking about this last week, giving your kids an 80s childhood. It was, a lot of it was just how we were raised. It would be less screens, all that kind of stuff, is, if I remember right, some of the stuff that they had on there. She said, my husband and I, both 31, have been raising our kids, age 4 and 2, and we went completely screen-free with the kids until they were 1, except for football Sundays where we would watch games together. Our parents had saved all of our Disney and Barney VHS tapes from our childhood. So we bought a TV with a VCR built in, and we have an old-fashioned media room built in our basement full of these tapes. We found that the way YouTube or streaming channels automatically plays the next episode or clip really could mess with a kid's patience. So we just introduced our old Nintendo 64 to our 4-year-old. We committed ourselves to giving our kids the same kind of lives we had in the 90s, and at times it's not easy, but it got easier once we had plans for alternatives. And what seemed like hard work in the beginning has paid off immensely. Our kids color with crayons or pencils every day. We play outside after work every day. I've got a collection of different busy box activities that we cycle through, like sorting Fruit Loops by color or dressing zoo animal figures up with pipe cleaners. They help me prepare every meal. We have dance parties and pick out different vinyls to play. We used a lot of tricks that our parents taught us. My 4-year-old plays school and reads to their younger sibling. What happens at grandma's house stays at grandma's house. I'm sure they're up watching cartoons all night long, but by giving them a solid base of emotional regulation, patience, and imagination, we found a ton of success.
Look at that.
Okay. All this to say, it is possible to not create zombie iPad kids. It just takes commitment, planning, follow through, and patience.
I don't have any of that.
Yeah. And Jbird was talking about people that he knew, and the guy was doing a lot of gym selfies and was causing some issues in their relationship. And Ashley says, after hearing about Jbird's friend whose husband is taking the gym selfies, I hate to tell you, but that guy is gay. The only people I know who take gym selfies are all gay. Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people that take gym selfies that are straight.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say. Ashley, former South Florida resident, now living in Austin. Still a loyal listener. I hope everything's okay. Hopefully you weren't at the bar district.
Oh, I know. You saw that?
Yeah, that was at 6th Street. That's where I had gone down when I was there. And
but it's 2:30 a.m.
Right, and that's why I just tell you. I'm like,
Kevin would not be out there.
No, I'd be there at 2:30. In fact, I was there at 2:30 p.m. And there was no one to shoot except me. I'd have been the only casualty if that guy would have come out at that time. Yeah, but it was pretty packed, and it was crazy now. And the footage that you get, it is pretty insane because everybody's got cameras now, and you could see right away they were doing CPR on people, and they had several victims, and a lot of people that had gotten shot up by that guy. And
senseless.
Yeah, no, it really is. But I guess that's just what you have to know, and I'm glad I don't have that urge to go out at that time of night. I never really did even much when I was younger, but. These are the kind of things where you just can't trust it. Yeah, 3 dead, 14 people wounded. Ugh. So, by a dude that I think had mental health issues and, was inspired by some other stuff that had happened over the weekend. So, we shall see. They did have some stuff happening in the Epstein world that we didn't get to touch on. Did you see they had the Clintons both did their testimony?
I saw that, and they both at least Hillary, I saw, couldn't remember ever meeting Epstein. And then there was pictures of her with Epstein all over the internet this weekend.
Oh,
people were like, oh, you don't remember when you met him?
Yeah, well, I figured that was going to come out. Now, Bill, it wasn't even a question. Because Epstein had visited the White House 17 times, and then Bill Clinton flew on his plane 27 times. So there definitely was a lot of connection there. But I think he said that after he knew that he was getting these nefarious charges and allegations that he broke off relationships. Here was Bill Clinton talking a bit about his testimony from late last week.
Deserve not just justice, but healing. They've been waiting too long for both. Though my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light. And though I never witnessed during our limited interactions any indication with what was truly going on, I offered the little I do know in the hopes that it would help prevent anything like this from
He sounds old.
ever happening again.
I know.
He sounds old.
That's what I thought too. I mean, he is getting old, but yeah, he does. His voice has aged a good bit.
I know you're old and all, but you can't rewrite history because you're embarrassed.
Sure, yeah.
Limited contact. You have evidence of him being on the plane 20 times. When you fly private with somebody, it's not limited contact.
Right. Yeah, on the same.
That's bullshit.
Even on the private planes, yeah, you're in close quarters.
Private planes, it's just you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go through the airport. You don't have distractions. You don't have anything else. It's just you and your homies.
Yeah. I guess the ultimate question is how much did he reveal of his shady nature to people? How much did they observe and how much did they ignore? I guess it is possible you could have somebody that just doesn't show any signs of that whatsoever and everything sounds on the up and up and you're like going, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're trafficking girls. But you would think that after a while, I've had people that I've hung out with that I've ended relationships with and I'm like, okay, some stuff's not looking right. And it did take a little bit of time. There's some people I had, for years and then I realized, okay, they were some stuff that I just didn't want to be around. Here's a little bit more of his old-ass voice.
I also have to say something personal. Republicans made Hillary testify yesterday, and she had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, nothing. She has no memory of ever even meeting him. She neither traveled with him nor visited any of his properties. So whether 10 people or 10,000 people were subpoenaed, including her, was simply not right. So here's what I told the committee. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing.
Okay, and that's all we got on that.
I mean, yeah, I believe him that he tried to keep Hillary away from Epstein because he was probably doing things he didn't want Hillary to see when he was hanging out with Epstein.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like that's kind of how he was living his life.
I don't know if they were underage or not, but we know he liked girls. We know he did have a wandering eye when it came to
what their relationship must be like and what the agreement is between the Clintons is fascinating to me.
Yes.
Because I don't think it was any
She's
stranger.
got to be like, Bill,
especially
really?
in the 90s, he was slaying.
Again?
Yeah. Right.
And now you're pulling me into this?
Uh-huh. Well, the Democrats are seeking for Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to now do the same thing. So, like I said, to me, I don't see this as a political party thing. I see this as a powerful thing. And so, I don't even pay attention to what party the people are in.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not about political party. It's not about Republicans or Democrats, because I think shady people are involved in both parties.
And look, I think the right thing is let's drag it all into the light. If you got nothing to hide, drag it and be like, please expose every interaction I ever had with this man. I can tell you exactly what was said and what we did. Be like, yes, I don't want anybody to think that I would be a part of anything like that. Yes, I did have conversations about business or about finance or the world, but never anything about young girls. You would think you'd want that.
They were showing pictures of, I guess, Ghislaine Maxwell was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding.
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't invite this person unless you're close to them. Like,
Hillary had said that she was the plus one. And so they had known the person that they invited. And so she just wound up there. That it wasn't that they sent it to her. That's how that went down. There's this girl, though, I don't know if you've seen Representative Luna. She's out of Florida here, and she actually does some really good stuff. She seems like she's a stickler and gets into stuff. And she was saying that she thinks that maybe Jeffrey Epstein was running some kind of intelligence operation, which a lot of people have said. Some people think he was Mossad, which is basically the Israeli Secret Service.
We've heard that Jeffrey Epstein was running a intelligence gathering operation. In my professional opinion, I do believe it was a honeypot operation. And I do believe that there's a list of individuals who did engage in trafficking, were given these plea deals, and I'm going to name those individuals right now. The first one would be Leslie Groff. The second one, Sarah Kellen. The third one, Nadia Markova. And the fourth one, Adriana Ross. All of these women engaged in the trafficking of minors as adults. They were working and complicit with Jeffrey Epstein's operation. And in my opinion, they are not to be given victim status because they did partake in harming young girls. I remember seeing in some of the files, some of these girls were, as young as 10, 11 years old and older. And so obviously we have a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm. So who knows with that? And then I'd seen a story, too, that there are computers that are missing that they believe contains a lot of information about his trafficking on there.
We know this, though. If you watched Filthy Rich, the documentary on Netflix, that's been out for a while, it said in there somebody tipped them off and the Palm Beach mansion was cleaned out of all the computers before the Palm Beach police raided it.
Yeah.
We knew this.
Yep. It looked like he had a storage unit in Royal Palm Beach until at least 2019. And they think that that's maybe where he had them. Can you imagine that all that information is just sitting in a storage unit in Royal Palm?
Crazy.
Like we're just chilling. We have no idea. If they could have just rated that, we probably would have answers to all these questions by now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're one step ahead when it comes to hiding the truth.
Well, when you got somebody that's tipping you off.
Yeah.
It's easier to do.
That's what they had.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, the great news that we got here today is that Jbird is out of surgery, and it seems like he is doing very well, and hopefully we'll get an actual update. Keep an eye on social media today, but I think hopefully we'll definitely by tomorrow have something. So
yeah, I think Honeyface is with him, and his dad is with him, so he's not alone. We're going to go over there and bring some Sicilian oven pizza, his brand new pizza sponsorship. We're going to go bring that to the nurses and doctors that took care of him at the hospital.
Yep. So appreciate all the well wishes for Jbird. I'm just very excited to see him now. I really am. I'm giddy about this because it'll be great to see him, hopefully not in pain. Because if you'd have been in the studio with him the last year and just seeing him moving around, he hasn't been comfortable in a long time. So
struggling with daily chronic pain.
Yep. Right. So I'm hoping that this is a big step in the right direction for Jbird. So anyone who loves him like we do, very excited about all this. So we'll keep you updated on that. Appreciate you being here, and we're going to get him back with us as soon as we possibly can. Keep those emails coming. Mail at kvjshow.com. Y'all have a great Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.